go. Good morning. I would like to call to order this meeting of the Fremont County Board of Commissioners and invite you to rise with us for an invocation by Joe Garkovich with Mercy Today Ministries and stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. Let us pray. Almighty God, we thank you for another day in which to serve you. As this group of dedicated servants gathers this morning to do this important work, we ask that you would grant them courage, compassion, and wisdom to make the best decisions for all that are involved. And we would like to lift up all of our county employees this day and ask that you would watch over them and guide them as they do their daily duties and grant them the same sort of blessings that you grant us all. And it is in Christ's name that we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell.
Present.
Commissioner Grantham. Here. Commissioner McFall.
Present.
County Attorney Jackson.
Present.
County Manager Bryant.
Present.
Planning and Zoning Director Simpleman.
Present.
Thank you. We turn next to the approval of today's agenda. We have one minor change to make. Under the consent agenda, item number 1, approval of minutes. We have the date April 12th, 2022. We need to remove that date and instead insert April 20th, which was a special meeting, and we will turn our attention to those minutes from April 12th at our next meeting.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the agenda.
You need your mic on, sir.
Mike,
Shut it off.
it's back off again.
Lenny, stop
There you
it.
go. Okay, you're good.
With that, Madam Chair, the microphone on,
Yes.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve today's agenda with that minor change. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham. Aye. Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We have our consent agenda. We are scheduling one public hearing this morning I would like to tell to you about. Tuesday, May 10th at 10 o'clock a.m. We will be considering an amendment to the 2021 Fremont County Building Code to change the evidence of water requirements under subsection 107.1.1. This actually should make it easier for folks to be able to find proof of water in order to obtain a building permit. So if you have any interest in weighing in on that, be here that day, again, May 10th at 10 a.m.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve today's consent agenda. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Administrative and informational topics are up next. We will begin with staff and elected officials, and we turn first to County Manager Sunny Bryant for her report. Good morning, Sunny.
Good morning. Thank you. Just a couple of quick updates. So we are handing out trash vouchers for up to one 500-pound load to Phantom Canyon landfill. And just a reminder that if you exceed the 500 pounds, there is a cost to the individual taking that. So make sure you take that. Take some money to pay for that if you are using the trash vouchers. So we are handing those out through May 19th. They can be picked up here at the administration building in room 106. And last, we are getting ready to start the roof project. So we put the administration roof building project out to bid last year. And so all of the materials are being delivered, and that project is going to be starting here very soon. So we're excited to get that done. We did one portion of it a couple of years back, and then we're going to finish the replacement of this roof coming up. So that's all I have for right now.
This has been a very major project with the roof on this building because my recollection is, Sunny, that there were 6 or 7 layers of roofing that had just been applied and applied and applied on top, on top, on top. And when all of those start leaking, it's time to do something.
That's correct.
So we did part of it, and we're getting ready to finish and stripping off all of those layers, coming all the way back down to where it needs to be and starting all over again. So good job. Anything else for Sunny?
Nope.
All right, up next, sales and use tax report. We have with us this morning Christine Cowan, our budget and finance officer. Good morning,
Good morning.
Christine.
Good morning, commissioners. So we had another great month for our sales tax collection of $575,755. This is approximately $52,000 more than February of 2021. Moving on to our use tax. Collection was $109,872, down $18,905 from the same time last year. Construction use tax totaled $23,470, down $11,083 from last year. Our lodging tax collection was only $90. This comes from the state, and it was $8,146 less than February 2021. Our sheriff retail for 2022 was $383,837, $34,659 more than the prior year, same time frame. And our sheriff's auto use tax came in at $97,644, which was $11,793 over the same time as over 2021. And finally, our sheriff construction use tax came in at $20,862 for March. This was $2,173 less than 2021. And that is all I have.
All right, thanks, Christine. I would just like to note that lodging tax, that $90 collection in a month.
Something
Yes.
happened there.
We never really know when
Right.
we're going to get it from the state. And so I know our hotels really have been filling up already for this
Absolutely.
year. And so we will catch up. I just wanted to make that note that this is nothing to worry about, that we will catch up.
And
It's
just to
it's a whole lot better than that $1 that we got back in 2018.
So actually, just a comment on that, lodging tax is collected quarterly.
Quarterly.
And so the reason that we got a $90 collection is because somebody had paid late. And so typically, if everybody were paying on time, the collections we would get zero in those in-between months. It should just be coming in quarterly. And so, yeah, that's something that we should see our next big distribution for the March collections.
All right, thank you, Sunny. Okay, other staff and elected officials. Let's turn first to Commissioner McFall.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just one repetitive thing for those of you in the room and millions watching around the world. We are under Stage 1 fire restrictions. As you know, it's been very windy and very, very dry. BLM is also in Stage 1 fire restrictions, which in turn, all of the fire districts in Fremont County are in Stage 1 fire restrictions as well. So still need to be very diligent out there. I wouldn't doubt that if we don't get any moisture soon, we'll elevate that level a little bit, because it is extremely, extremely dry out there. So be very careful when you're out and about. No welding outside and no campfires that get away, and then also just be careful with your trailers and stuff. Chains dragging on trailers or anything like that can start sparks also. So need to be very careful out there. Don't throw your cigarettes out the window. Any little bit's going to cause this tall, dry grass to burn rapidly. So be very careful. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Grantham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Where to begin? So I've been kind of keeping folks updated from during this meeting on this collective bargaining that has been being proposed by the state legislature. This started out as a large comprehensive move to put local governments into a collective bargaining situation, which would really do harm to the potential ability for us to actually work with our county staff in a congenial manner. It could cost us a fortune, honestly, to do this. This included municipalities, it included higher education, it included hospital districts, it included counties, it included a couple 100,000 local government kind of employees across the state. Well, over the course of the last couple or 3 months of negotiation, all of these other groups have been able to extricate themselves from this bill that would do them harm, and the only ones left are the counties now. And so the bill actually was introduced yesterday for collective bargaining for the counties. This has a potential of doing some serious harm to our county, to our individual departments. See a sheriff's deputy over here for our law enforcement, for road and bridge, for everything. If this costs as much as we think it could cost us to the tune of $6 to $9 million annually, what was the total budget, Sonny? About 45 million. So just put that in perspective. Taking a hatchet to our current budget and what services and employees we would no longer be able to employ or provide here in this county. It could be very damaging, obviously, to our ability to do our jobs and to provide the services that county government is supposed to provide. And that we're going to keep fighting it. It might be in committee tomorrow. I will probably not be in the office tomorrow because I'll be heading up to Denver to say our piece on this this bad measure. The only other thing I would have to add, Madam Chair, is we got news yesterday that the governor is all of a sudden a fan of Tabor. Great news. He is going to give all of us $400. $400 that was already ours, but also $400 that wasn't supposed to be paid out until April of next year. It's amazing how these things happen in an election year, where we are the beneficiaries of the newfound love of the Taxpayer Bill of Rights here in Colorado. So don't be fooled. This is your money already. It wasn't due to come back to you until April of next year, for all the millions of folks out there. Thank you.
But I'm quite sure that the tax refund and the election are mutually exclusive.
There
They
is
have
no
nothing to do with
correlation at
one
all,
another.
Madam Chair, none at all.
That's what I thought. All right. Thanks for clarifying. Clerk Grantham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On a lighter note, the election is coming in June. It's a primary election for both the major parties. Republican and Democratic primaries will be happening in June, which means ballots will be going out. We don't know who's going to be on the ballot yet due to some lawsuits at the state level for various reasons in some districts. So when that information does come out, we'll be making sure to push out which candidates will be on the ballots for both of those ballots that are coming out. I will remind people that if you are an unaffiliated voter, you'll be, unless you've designated you want a Republican or a Democratic ballot, you'll be getting both in the mail. Do not vote both, please. If you do, neither vote will count. So, but if you've moved, updated your name, changed your name, done anything that would prohibit you from getting a ballot, please update your information as soon as possible at govotecolorado.gov, or come into my election office and update it via paper form so that we can make sure that you get your ballot on time and readily accessible to you, especially your sample ballot. If you have any questions, please call the election department at 719-276-7340. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. Anything else from anyone? Do we have any citizens today who wish to address this Board of Commissioners on any matter not scheduled on today's agenda? All right, seeing none, we will move on. We have no old business for consideration today. We'll jump straight into new business. With us this morning, we have Michael Kroll, the Fremont County Emergency Manager, who has a series of annual ambulance licensing renewals for us. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you
You've
all
been
doing?
busy, haven't you?
Yes, April is a busy month with ambulance inspections. So in the 3 counties that I inspect for that operate in Fremont County, provide mutual aid and transport in and out of Fremont County, it is a wonderful time of the year for me. So, but it gets me out. I work with some great agencies that are prepared, and they're here to help us on our bad day when and if it happens. So.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay.
So we did have just a little bit of change this year with Florence Fire Protection District. So it was Florence and Penrose both. So you'll see that there should only be 7 ambulance licenses instead of 8 like there have been in the previous years. So this year, as I have in the past, I've inspected for AMR, Fight for Life Colorado, Florence Fire Protection District, Deer Mountain Fire Protection District, Arkansas Valley Ambulance District, UC Health, and Security Fire Protection District.
Do you have recommendations as to which should be on basic life and which should be on advanced life?
So everybody except for Deer Mountain Fire Protection District is ALS.
So let me ask our county attorney, since this is a single item of new business, can we consider the other 5 or the other 6 for ALS in one motion, or do we need to do them separately?
If you do one motion, you need to name them all.
To name them all, okay. All right, and you have inspected each of these ambulances, and once again, we are only licensing the ambulances themselves, not the personnel, not the service, not the routes.
Yep.
Okay, this does create consternation in our county occasionally, so I would just like to point that out again.
Madam Chair, I can do a motion, but I would like first, if you would, Michael, to explain the difference between advanced life support and basic life support, just so that folks know that what we're talking about here and what they're licensed for.
So basic life support, BLS, is your basic level of care where you're going to get bleeding to stop, you're going to get your vital signs, you're going to get put in a C-collar, transported. It's that basic level of care in emergency medical services. ALS jumps up into lots of medications, cardiology, those traumas that need that higher level of care. And within the ALS scope, you'll see UC Health. They also provide critical care staffing. Flight for Life Colorado, critical care staffing, which is another step up above the ALS side. And I know there's been quite a few people that have used that critical care. You see Flight for Life landing all the time. You see their ambulances in and out of Fremont County doing the ground transports as well. So it is a huge asset to have away from the metro areas of Pueblo, Springs, Denver, coming in here to Fremont County to have that.
And so to Deer Mountain's point where your recommendation is basic life support, that's also due to personnel, correct?
That's correct. They have one BLS EMT, where all of the rest of the departments and agencies have paramedics, EMT advanced, EMT intermediates, and some of them have nurses on their staff. It just depends on where they're at. Some of the companies, Security Fire, will actually be adding a 6th ALS double paramedic ambulance. It should have happened when these inspections were done, but for obvious reasons, there's supply chain shortages and manufacturing shortages and all that. So they will be adding another one. And there are some that are looking at upgrading their ambulances to getting new ones. Don't know when that will happen, but it's good things for Fremont County.
All right.
Okay,
Ready for a motion?
I am.
Madam Chair?
Yes, thank you.
I would move to approve ambulance licenses for ALS, Advanced Life Support, for American Medical Response, AMR, for Arkansas Valley Ambulance District, for Flight for Life, Florence Fire Protection District, Security Fire Department, and UC Health Lifeline.
Second.
All right, it has been moved and seconded to approve ALS, Advanced Life Support licensing for those 6. American Medical Response, Arkansas Valley Ambulance District, Flight for Life, Florence Fire Protection District, Security Fire Department, and UC Health Lifeline. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, then we need to take a look at the basic life support for Deer Mountain.
Madam Chair, I'd move that we approve the license for the Deer Mountain Fire Protection District, a basic life support.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve a basic life support ambulance license for Deer Mountain Fire Protection District. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much, Michael. I
Thanks,
know
Michael.
what a great amount of work this represents, and I bet you're pretty happy every year when it's done.
I sure am. Especially with the paperwork, because boy, there's loads of that to do.
Well, you know the old saying, April showers bring ambulance licensing.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
We didn't get any showers at all, I know. Where did you come up with that? Lack of showers bring
Lack of
ambulance
showers.
licensing? Maybe? I don't know.
Item 2 under new business this morning is a Special Forces Motorcycle Club Incorporated request for an issuance of a special events permit for malt, Venice, and spirituous liquor at Pathfinder Park Community Center at 6639 Highway 115 in Florence for an event on Saturday, May 14th from 5:30 to 11:30 p.m. We have with us this morning Representative Brent Bendel. Good morning, Brent.
Morning.
Morning. Thank you
Want
for
to tell us
having me.
what you got going on this morning?
So we have the Lions Club State Convention reached out to use Pathfinder Park Rec Center. So we've asked us if we would do the bar side of it, and we applied, and here we are.
All right. So let me ask the usual questions. How are you going to identify those over the legal age of drinking, 21 or above?
Yep. So everybody will be wristbanded, IDs checked and wristbanded. I'll have door guys posted at all entrances, which will limiting down to one entrance, one exit. Aside from the fire exits, they will be closed off unless in case of emergency, and only those served with the wristbands will be served at the bar.
Okay, and can you talk to us a little bit about training for those who will be serving?
So we have one server right now, and she is the state qualified bar server license or online.
Tips service?
Tips service,
probably?
there you go,
Okay.
thank you. And then I will also, since there's, we identified a problem, or not a problem, but a possible issue is having someone there when she needs to take bathroom breaks, so I will be getting that as well. So
All right.
do the tips class.
Any further questions for Mr. Bendel?
Not a question, I think a comment. Your organization helped with an event earlier, and I was pretty impressed at the way you guys handled it. So I'm assuming this one will be handled the same way. I appreciate that.
Exactly the same thing,
Yep.
same guys, or same community.
Right.
Yes, I agree, it went well. Anything at this point?
Nope.
All right, let's turn for a staff report to Talia Smith of the Clerk's office. Good morning.
Good morning. So Special Forces put in their application with our office on April 5th, which did not meet our 45-day deadline, but they have provided our department with all the necessary documentation and the $100 check to cover the county fee. It was also reviewed by the county attorney, and the Public Health Department and Sheriff's Office recommend approval per their reports, and the applicant did post notice of this hearing.
I also see the Department of Public Health and Environment has weighed in and has no problems with this.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Talia? No. Anything further?
A motion?
I'm ready for a motion.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the special events permit for malt, Venice, and spirituous liquor at Pathfinder Park for Special Forces Motorcycle Club Incorporated on May 14th, 2022. The time is 5:30 to 11:30.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve this issuance of a special events permit for malt, Venice, and spirituous liquor at Pathfinder Park on May 14th from 5:30 to 11:30 p.m. This is being held by the Special Forces Motorcycle Club, but they're doing it for the Lions Club for a state conference there. So, all right. Anything further?
I guess just a clarification, it's Pathfinder Park Event Center,
Event
not
Center.
just Pathfinder Park.
It does say community
it's
center
in
on
the
our
event
paperwork,
center,
but
yeah.
it is at the, excuse me,
It's
at
a
the
big
event
park.
center. Okay. Anything else? Let's do roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Hi.
Motion carries.
All right. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you, Madam Chair.
Thanks.
Commissioner.
Next item under new business is a Castle Rock Professional Firefighters Foundation requesting a special events permit for fermented malt beverage at the Royal Gorge Bridge, East Ridge Campground, County Road F30 in Canyon City, for an event that will be held also Saturday, May 14th. This one is from 4 to 9 p.m. And we have with us, maybe, good morning?
Yeah, I'm neither of those people. I'm actually
Okay.
Caleb McNeil. I'm here on behalf of Jeff Polidoro. I live locally, so it makes a little
What was
more
your name?
sense. Caleb
Caleb.
McNeil. Yes, sir.
If you could fill out just
This?
one of those slips later,
Sure.
just so we have the correct spelling of your
Okay,
name.
I will do that.
Okay, you want to talk to us a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah, so the Zia Rides is putting on a mountain bike race that day, the Royal Gorge 6 and 12, and we've just been asked to, I mean, there's events that go along with it for the riders. It's a 12-hour race, so it's a pretty long event, and a part of that, they have some donated beer from a local brewer here. We will be the nonprofit that would be serving that, so like I said, I live here locally and was asked when their original nonprofit fell through. It seemed like a great thing for us, so yeah, we're hoping to serve the beer for the event.
Okay, let me ask you, how will you ensure no one underage is served?
Yeah, so very similar, just IDs and wristbands will be the thing, and then having that blocked off area that you'd see so we know where people are when they're drinking and that they're not drinking outside of that, so. Yeah,
And
that's
how
great.
about training or certification for staff members?
Yeah,
who will
tips
be
training as
serving?
well. We don't know. There's about 100 Castle Rock firefighters, so I'm not sure exactly who will be serving, but whoever is will do that tips training, and we'll make sure that we have multiple members there that have that.
All right, further questions?
Yeah, one.
Yes,
So
sir.
the blocked off area there,
Yes, sir.
how are you going to block that off, and then how are you going to maintain it?
The plan is to use snow fencing and some pickets so that there's a, the designated area, and then we'll just have us and Zia Rides will both have members there, just keeping an eye on who's inside of that area and making sure that where you see the arrow is where the plan is, that there will be a single point of entry and exit, so you can only enter and exit there, and that will be the only area where people are allowed to have beverages.
Okay, because I know, this has happened in the past, and it went well,
Yeah.
except the designated area was small and not being monitored, and folks were walking around. So
That's
I think it's
concerning.
important that they know that they're supposed to stay inside that area so that we
Sure.
don't have any problems.
Sure. Yeah, okay, noted, certainly do that. I think the plan was for it to be a 30 by 50 area. I don't know how large it was before.
It was small.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
I think fencing would help with that, the snow fencing that you talked about.
okay,
Yeah.
good.
That's a pretty bright line of a delineator.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Yeah. Okay. Anything further?
Nope.
All right, we turn once again to Talia Smith from our clerk's office for a staff report.
All right, so they turned in their application on April 12th. They also did not meet our 45-day guideline, but they have provided our department with all the necessary documentation and the $100 check, and it was reviewed by the county attorney, and the public health department and the sheriff's office do recommend approval. And the the posting was posted 10 days before this.
Okay, thank you. It sounds as though this is not your first rodeo, that you've provided this service in the past?
We haven't, not for this event.
Not for this event, but elsewhere.
No, ma'am, yeah, we have done various things through the foundation, but not at this event. This would be our
Sure.
first time participating in this one.
Can you clarify for me what time the event is? Or what time are you guys going to be serving?
Yeah, the plan is to serve from 5 till 9, I believe, is when.
The application says 4 to 9. That's
4
what
to
it's
9,
for, yeah.
okay. Yeah, so the event starts a.m., 7 a.m., I think it's 7 to 7, and the serving of the beverages would just be kind of as riders are finishing up, and it's a part of their, congratulations, you finished 12 hours of mountain biking.
Yeah, I need something.
Yeah.
So I would suggest leaving it at 4 p.m., just
Yeah.
in case they want to get started a little early.
4 to 9, okay, yeah, we'll go with that one.
Other questions?
And I believe that's also to ensure, in case the state were to come down and see that the event is taking place, that there is alcohol on the premise. Just that way, that's okay, right? Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, Madam
Anything
Chair?
else? Yes, I am prepared for a motion.
Then I would move that we approve the special events permit for fermented malt beverage at the Royal Gorge Bridge East Ridge Campground, County Road F30 in Canyon City. The event to be held Saturday, May 14, 2022 from 4 to 9 p.m. This is for the Castle Rock Professional Firefighters Foundation.
Second.
All right, it has been moved and seconded to approve this special events permit for fermented malt beverage at the Royal Gorge Bridge, East Ridge Campground, County Road F30, Saturday, May 14th from 4 to 9 p.m. And this special event permit is sponsored by the Castle Rock Professional Firefighters Foundation. It's a lot of words right there. Further discussion?
A little bit. I just want to say, this is one of those weird situations. This is city-owned property, but it is in the county, out of the city limits. They have an agreement with the city of Canyon City to hold this event, but we, since they're in the unincorporated county, have to approve the special event liquor license. So that's why this is here. It's just kind of a weird situation. So
Yeah.
just want to put that out there.
Yes. So you've had to deal with a lot of folks like us, I would imagine.
Yeah, less me than Zia rides, but yeah. Where can I leave? Who should I give this slip to?
I'll take it.
I'll fill it out and then get it to you.
Okay, anything else? Let's do roll call.
Commissioner Grantham. Aye. Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, and
Good
good
luck.
luck with your event.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 4, request of a temporary use permit, number 22-02, Hard Rock Enduro for a temporary use permit to allow a public off-road motorcycle endurance race conducted on 100% private land on a closed course. This is a ride of 5 to 6 mile loop, multiple times, starting at one at a time. The event is scheduled for June 19th. And do we have with us Judd Barlow this morning?
You do.
Good morning. Do you
morning.
want to tell us a little bit
morning.
about your event?
It is an event that's sanctioned by the Rocky Mountain Enduro Circuit, which is the largest enduro circuit in the western United States. It covers Wyoming, New Mexico, Texas, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, Utah. We had this event, gee whiz, back in 2009, I think, and it was a huge hit. So it's being resurrected.
Was that event here in Fremont County as well?
It was
Okay.
at the same ranch, at Joe Stock's ranch. They just have a national trials there a day or two, like last week, I think.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a perfect little property to have a small event. So it usually draws between 200 and 250 riders. I have the entry limit set at 250 max to minimize any damage, and kind of a one-day quiet little thing. We are not serving any alcohol.
That's probably a good thing, I might suggest.
I promote enduros all over the state. I do the largest enduro in Colorado in South Fork. Right now, it's a 2-day event that draws 700 riders from as far away as New York and Rhode Island and Florida. We won Enduro of the Year last year. We are going to be sanctioned with the AMA, the American Motorcyclist Association, which is a national level sanctioning for Hard Rock and Shady Borough. That gives us the backing of a national level organization and the insurance. So every rider that's there will be required to be not only a member of the Rocky Mountain Enduro Circuit, but also the AMA, which is a good thing, in my opinion.
All right, thank you. Questions at this point for Mr. Barlow?
Nope.
All right, let's turn to Micah Simpleman, our Director of Planning and Zoning, for a staff report. Good morning, Micah.
Good morning, ma'am. I believe we have some video. This event is going to take place at Joe Stock's ranch. This is the entrance to the ranch. It may look familiar since you all saw it.
We
I believe,
did,
A couple of
yes.
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
This is driving through the private road leading up. Again, there are numerous residents. I believe they're all Joe Stock's relatives that live on the property. If
you guys remember all these and don't need to see it, we don't have to, but.
All right, we're probably good. Yes?
Oh, no, I want to see the whole thing.
No, he really doesn't.
Did you want to see the staging area? It's the same
Sure,
exact
yeah,
thing.
just, it's a quick.
So again, the staging area, pretty flat. We cannot take video of the course because it's just too rugged and hard to get to, and
Sure.
I'm not gonna get on a motorcycle.
You need a GoPro on your helmet and go for a ride. Come on, Mike.
We'll be GoPro it all right.
Could be a bonus of the job, Mike.
Until we have to get those ambulances to go get him.
Yes. Thank goodness they were all approved today. So, just to clarify something, they did come to us. The event was actually gonna be April 10th, but we did not have enough time to get him approved and everything, so they did change it. And, some of the referral agencies came from the Department of Transportation. They don't have any issues or comments. Right now, you still need approval from the Department of Health for your chemical toilets and also to get the permits, correct?
I have that turned in, and she's meeting at 2:30 today. And I already have a contract with Twin Enviro for a hand washing station and 8 portable toilets.
Okay. So we recommend approval of this just with the contingency of the approval of the chemical toilets and a permit through the Department of Environmental Health.
Micah, did you want to talk briefly about the fire plan and the fact that we did hear back from the fire district?
Yes, so originally there was some miscommunication, I believe, and he felt like we were the ones to reach out to him. So when he found out, he, within a week, got us the plan. It was approved and signed by the fire district as Kansas City Fire, and the chief did sign off on it.
And I see that fire plan does include 4 fire extinguishers on site with riders refueling only with a dead engine.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, questions for Sean? Issues?
For Sean?
Yeah.
Sorry, for
yeah,
Micah. How long's Sean been gone now? Sorry.
As you know, I mean, we started off the meeting with the fire danger is very high. You know it's very high. All of these engines have spark arresters, I assume?
Yes, I can require them.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And especially there where this is, Joe's a great guy, but he's got some really dry trees on his property.
Yep.
So those trees will burn really very, very fast. So any precautions put in place because of that is highly recommended, even above and beyond what the fire district says, because it's dry. So.
Yes, sir.
Have you already made that a contingency for your?
It is.
Okay, thank you.
That's important to us.
Yeah, it's a rule with the Rio Grande National Forest also, so it's something that our riders are very, very used to.
Okay.
Good.
And then I assume that they know, and you know, there's no campfires and all that stuff around.
Zero tolerance.
Right, okay.
That's Joe's hayfield. We don't do that.
And we also do see that you have signature proof that Mr. Stock is okay with doing this on his property.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's always a good thing. All right, anything else? Questions, issues, comments? No. All right, I'm prepared to accept a motion.
I can do that if you.
Go ahead.
Madam Chair, I'd move that we approve the temporary use permit 22-02 Hard Rock Enduro for, let's see. This is another one of those long paragraphs.
It is.
Temporary use permit to allow public off-road motorcycle endurance race conducted on 100% private land, as we said, Joe Stock's land, on a closed course. Riders will ride 5 to 6 mile loop multiple times, and the event is scheduled June 19, 2022, pursuant to zoning resolution 8.16. With the contingency, the approval of the permit through the FCDPHE for the chemical toilets.
Or the Board of Health.
From the Board of
Approval by the Board of Health.
Yeah. I will second that.
All right, I would like to just clarify one thing. I don't think we've actually mentioned yet. We've talked a lot about Joe Stock's land. This actually will be located at 2074 County Road 9, which is off of Red Canyon Road. So just for clarification, I wanted to mention that. All right, it has been moved and seconded to approve this temporary use permit to Hard Rock Enduro for a public off-road motorcycle endurance race on private land, closed course, 5 to 6 mile loop, starting out one at a time on June 19th. All right, further discussion.
Mr. Barlow, I do appreciate you pushing this back to give the time for this application to go through and the process to happen. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for being flexible. And in my wrap-up, I can't forget, we do have one contingency of approval by the Board of Health for the chemical toilets. All right, anything further? Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, good luck with your
Thank
event.
you.
We hope it
Thanks,
goes
sir.
well.
Have a good day.
Item number 5 is another temporary use permit. This one is item number 22-007 for the VFW Loyalty Day Parade in Penrose for a temporary use permit to allow a parade to honor veterans in Penrose on Broadway from Illinois to Fremont Street. This event is scheduled for May 14th, and we have with us this morning Geraldine Rimpley. Good morning.
Good morning.
Long time no see.
It's been a long time. All right, you want to talk a little bit about what you got going on?
Yes, ma'am, I would. Loyalty Day originally began as Americanization Day in 1921 as a counter to the communists' May 1 celebration of the Russian Revolution. On May 1, 1930, 10,000 VFW members staged a rally at New York's Union Square to promote patriotism. Through a resolution adopted in 1949, May 1 evolved into Loyalty Day. Observances began in 1950 on April 28 and climaxed May 1 when more than 5 million people across the nation held rallies. In New York City, more than 100,000 people rallied for America. In 1958, Congress enacted Public Law 529, proclaiming Loyalty Day a permanent fixture on the nation's calendar. The VFW has continued to do this as an annual tradition. It has moved from Calhan to Penrose because it's been a little easier to get more participants because we're more centrally located, and we're also not as close to highways and such, so the participants can be able to be in the parade with a little bit more safety taken into account. This is our second year doing it. It's going to be the same, it's just going to be a parade. Afterwards, at the VFW, there'll be a free lunch for all participants and anybody even observing the parade. We're going to make announcements during that time to make sure that everybody knows that. Last year, it was our initial year. I got asked to do it in February, kind of made it close. This year, we've started well in advance, and I think it's going to be a really great time. A simple parade, though, but given what's going on in Ukraine right now, don't you think it's more than important than ever to demonstrate our patriotism and our Loyalty Day? All VFWs throughout the United States are doing this in this month. Putin would have a lot to be looking at, wouldn't he? I don't think he would want to mess with us if he saw the number of people gathering, showing their loyalty and patriotism and thanking America for the freedoms that we have today. That's why I truly encourage everybody to participate. Matter of fact, I have parade applications for you commissioners. This is election year.
Indeed
it would be
it is.
really great if you could participate. For some, yes, I know.
All right, thank you so much. Anything for Jerry at this moment? Okay, let's turn once again to Micah Simpleman for a staff report.
Thank you, ma'am. To clarify, this is going to be held in Penrose. It's going to be on Broadway from Illinois to Fremont. We did reach out to referring agencies. The Fremont County Department of Transportation said that they did review the above application, but did not have any issues or concerns. The emergency manager said that he did not see any issues with the plan. It's a good event. Sheriff's Department did get back with me, and they will be closing Broadway for the parade.
Okay.
At this time, my department does recommend approval for this TUP.
All right, no contingencies, correct?
No contingencies. She does, I'm sorry, I did forget this. Apparently, she has been approved already through the Department of Health, and she does have a chemical toilet permit, and it's number S22-064.
Good for the entire year, so I can use it for Apple Day also.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
I just have one question, if I may, sir. When I put in the, I've done, as these guys know, I've done these applications for years. I'm kind of confused now because when I drew the application on the 25th of March, I went through all those agencies as I always have. Now I'm being told I'm not supposed to, so I'm kind of confused because I wish to clarify before Apple Day.
So just, if you just turn in the application, we usually will send out the application to all the referring agencies, and they get back with us on their comments.
To include the fire district?
You will have to get the fire plan if
And the road
signed.
analysis?
Yes,
I do that?
yes,
Okay, so just those two documents with the TUP.
yes. And
And
then
the
we will
chemical
send
permit.
everything out. And yes, the chemical toilets,
That
you're
should
also
make my
responsible.
process a lot easier.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
That's
for
what we
that.
aim for, yes.
That's, thank you for that clarification.
Customer service. All right, any questions for Micah? Clarifications?
No.
Motions?
I have a motion. Ready for a motion?
Okay, I am prepared.
I move to approve temporary use permit 22-007 for the VFW Loyalty Day Parade, which will be May 14th in Penrose, Colorado, on Broadway, from Illinois.
To Fremont.
To Fremont, there we go, that's the rest of it. And that's the end of my motion.
Okay.
Second?
Yes, this is an appropriate time. All right, it has been moved and seconded to approve temporary use permit 22-007 for a VFW Loyalty Day Parade in Penrose to honor veterans. This will be on Broadway from Illinois to Fremont on May 14th, and I would like to mention, I don't think we've said yet, the parade itself begins at 10 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just wanted to get that out there, so people know when they need to show up if they would like to go. And then hang around for a free lunch.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything further?
I've got to say thank you for your patriotism and your service. Appreciate you and what you're doing here. Thank you.
Thank you. As I will be the commander for all of VFW next year. In June, I would like to invite you
Congratulations.
on 11 June at 2 o'clock at the Quality Inn, where I will be installed as the commander for all of VFW for the state of Colorado.
Wow, congratulations.
First one
That's
out of Fremont
wonderful.
County.
Yeah, that's a big deal. So
excited.
congratulations. Okay, all in? Anything further? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thanks so much, Jerry, and good luck. We wish you well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Send me the email.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See
We
you in a
have
couple
one
months.
final item of business this morning. This is to appoint a new alternate member to the Fremont County Board of Appeals with a term expiring August 1st, 2023. This is one of those volunteer boards here in Fremont County that we always seem to be seeking those who may wish to volunteer. So we had a gentleman step up, and he has indeed let us know he's interested in this position.
I don't have his name written down.
I do.
If you do, then please make the motion.
I think, Madam Chair, that this is also one of those boards that does take some expertise as well. It can't be just anyone. They need to know building codes and some of the regulations and stuff. And we did have Paul Dorman who showed interest in that, and I would move to appoint Paul Dorman to the Board of Appeals with a term expiring August 1st, 2023 as alternate member.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to appoint Paul Dorman as an alternate member to the Fremont County Board of Appeals with a term that will expire August 1st of 2023, but he then would be eligible for reappointment if he's interested and if this board sees fit to do so. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, and we have no further business to come before this board, so we stand adjourned.